So what's the difference between NET30, NET60, and NET90? Let's find out. Hey, what's up everybody? My name's Donn Felker and welcome to the channel. And here on this channel, I talk about software development, freelancing, and how to start, survive, and thrive in the world of freelancing for software developers. And today's topic is gonna affect your bottom line, and that is, what's the difference between NET30, NET60, and NET90? So let's just hop right into it. The NET30, NET60, and NET90 are just payment terms. Now, what they mean is that if you are going to submit your invoice on the first of the month, so let's assume that you submit it on June 1st, at that point, you're going to get paid within the next 30 days. So what that basically means is submit it June 1st, and then the payment is going to be due on June 30th. Now, typically how most corporations work is that they are going to wait to the very last moment to pay you. So you should get your payment right around June 30th, or maybe even a little bit after, which that's a different topic. So anytime you see NET30, realize that there is a 30-day lag that you're going to get paid. Now, there's also other payment terms, like I mentioned. There's going to be NET60. NET60 is simply just a 60-day payment schedule. So if you're going to submit your invoice on June 1st, at that point, you're now going to not get paid till right around July 30th. Now, of course, there's 31 days in certain months and so forth, so I'm just using round numbers here, but you kind of get the point. And then we have the last one, which is actually NET90. And NET90 means you're going to get paid 90 days after you've submitted the invoice. That's a long time. There's quite a bit of time lag between June 1st to all the way until August 30th when you might get paid. Think about that a little bit deeper. The work that you do in maybe the month of May, you're going to invoice on June 1st. So let's say you bill every 30 days. Therefore, the work that you did back on May 1st, if you have a NET90 payment cycle, you're not going to get paid until possibly the end of August for the work that you did at the beginning of May. This is very important to keep in mind because as new freelancers and consultants get started into the industry, they need to make sure that they have a certain amount of funds saved up so you can kind of weather that initial storm of not getting paid for a few months as payment invoices get going. Think of this very much like a flywheel. Now, there's two different types of approaches of payments. When you're on a hamster wheel, for example, the hamster wheel just gets going, and as soon as they hop off, it stops. Think of that as getting paid on a weekly basis at your regular employer. On the flip side, if you're thinking about getting paid as a flywheel type scenario, that's going to be something that takes a long time. Flywheels are heavy. They take a while to get going. That's very much similar to how you're going to get paid as a freelancer and consultant. So which one would you like to get paid on? Now, it would be great, I imagine, if you'd like to get paid every week for the work that you do. However, in freelancing and consulting, it doesn't work that way. You traditionally will perform all the work that you need to do in a given time frame. And for me, it's usually monthly that I will perform billing if I'm doing hourly based work. And therefore, I'm going to get paid 30 to 60 to 90 days later. You have to make sure that you have enough cash on hand to be able to weather that storm. So the big question here is, which one should you choose? A lot of companies, especially larger corporations, are going to try to push you towards a 60 or 90 day net window. And the reason for that is pretty simple. Now, they're not going to admit to you why they do that. There's many different reasons, but in my theory, the company gets to keep the money longer in their accounts. And you have to realize this, large corporations, if they have a lot of vendors and they have to pay them, there could be millions of dollars leaving their account. If they can keep those millions of dollars inside an account for an extra 60 to 90 days, they could gain interest. Think about it. That's extra money that they just get to keep. That is one major reason why a lot of these companies want to make sure that they're doing 60 to 90 days. Now, there's also many other ones out there. I'm not an accountant, so I can't tell you all the specific reasons, but in my experience, that's been one of the major reasons. So what I typically opt for is to push for a NET30 payment schedule. I want to make sure that when I submit my invoice on June 1st, that around June 30th, I'm going to be getting paid. Each client I push for a NET30 is very rare that I will accept a NET60 or NET90. Now, there's also other payment terms you can accept, which is like NET15, that's getting paid every 15 days. However, those are quite uncommon. The most common you're going to see are going to be the NET30, the NET60, and the NET90. So be aware of what the payment terms are in your contract and make sure that you're pushing for one that works best for you. And if you're not sure, I advise reaching for the NET30 as it's going to be the most common and also get your money in your pocket sooner. I hope that helps, and I'll catch you next time.